Hello everyone, welcome to Zoho Creator Learning Table Series. So this is me Preeti Venkatesh and I'm going to be the trainer of today's session. As you all know, Learning Table Series is a month-on-month session which we conduct on every first Thursday of every month. In this Learning Table Series, we take a industry and we discuss about all the possible uh, solutions that can be built on top of Zoho Created for that particular industry. In that flow, this month we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for Education. So before I go into the topic, let me give you some housekeeping rules. So in this session, all the attendees will be on mute, and there is a question tab on the left corner of your screen. You can post your questions on the question tab. My co-trainers will be answering the questions, and a recording of the session will be sent to all the attendees. And please make sure you participate in the polls and the surveys that are going to be conducted. So now let's move on into the session. So today, as you all know, we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for education sector. So I just built an agenda with which I'm going to drive you people throughout this session. So in this session, at first we are going to talk about introduction and benefits of providing automation for the education sector. As the next step, I have just built an use case on top of Zoho Creator for this education sector, and we will be discussing about process flow involved in the use case that I brought today. And I have also used a few Zoho Creator features in my application, like publishing app components, report properties, and snippets. We also will be discussing about how to perform them in Zoho Creator. And then I've used Zoho's product and integrated it with Creator. We'll be discussing about the product I've used for integration as well. At last, I will show you the overall live demonstration of the use case that I brought, and we will discuss about other possible use cases on the education sector, and we will conclude the session by giving a summary or overview of the session that we've gone through. So I hope I have set a clear idea about today's session. Now let's move on into the session. Introduction. So, as you all know, education is the process of teaching or learning under a roof. So, here in today's world, there are different types of educations that we are processing. One is formal, non formal, and informal education. So, when I talk about formal education, it is given by the trained specialist under a place called as educational institutes. So in this formal education, is the institutes provide us with diplomas or certificates and so things. So this is one kind of education we usually follow. And next is the non-formal education. So non-formal education is similar to the formal education, but here in the non-formal education, it is done to all age group people. The systems like dancing, musical classes, knitting classes, so those kind of extracurricular classes comes under this non-formal education. And at last we have informal education, which is the education that we learn in the day-to-day life. Our life experience is called as the informal education. So these are the common category of education we follow in today's world. Here I'm going to talk about formal education in detail. There are few stakeholders or beneficiaries that are involved in this formal education. Now I've just kept them in a flow. First is the educational authorities or the government. So these people are the people who regularize the policies, rules and regulations, and standardize the syllabus that we are going to provide to the students. So these are the people who involved in the educational policies. So they are going to be the first stakeholders of this formal education. And next is the educational institutes. So educational institutes is going to be a place where the proper education is given. So I call them as the place where all the stakeholders are communicated or brought under a single place. And next is going to be the administrators. So here, if we have an educational institutes, obviously we need someone to administrate that institute. So the roles of administrators are going to be very large. They take care of they take care from student registration till student fee structure, also from the trainers recruitment to the trainers salary structure. All the process that has to be taken place under this educational institute is managed by this administrators. And next is the educators, who are going to be the backbone of this education industry. Here, educators are like faculties or trainers who take care of the design and delivery of the content or instruction to the students. And next stakeholder is going to be the parent on the or the guardians. So I call them as the critical stakeholders because those are going to be the people who are going to decide under which institute or which student, which trainer their student has to study or their student has to go through the sections. So here I call them as the critical stakeholders. And at last is the students. Students are going to be the primary beneficiaries of this formal education. So all the top authorities work for the students benefits, right? So here students are going to be called as the primary stakeholders or primary beneficiaries of this formal educations. Apart from these stakeholders, we also have edtech companies who take care of the materials that we give to the that we use for the training and stuffs. These are people whom we call as the stakeholders of the formal education. So now we know the stakeholders, that is the users of the formal education. Now let's discuss about the places where automation or digitization can be provided in the education sector. I've just summarized a few major places where digitization in education sector is very important. The first one is going to be the administrative or the management task. As you all know, administrators are on the top of the stakeholders list, right? Those are the people who are going to manage everything in an educational institute. The main task of the administrators are going to be, when I talk about student side, they are going to take care of the student enrollment, structuring the course and syllabus for the students, taking care of the students' fee collection or fee structuring. These are the things they do in the student side. When I talk about the trainers or the faculty side, the administrative or the management take care of the faculty recruitment, faculty salary structure and benefits they provide for the faculty. And when I talk about the parents or the guardian session, they are going to take care of all the communication and collaboration between the institutes and the parent. So these people are going to be the major digitization required stakeholders in the education sector. And next is going to be the learning management system. As you all very aware of this term, learning management system. So this is a kind of online or virtual training system. So here you can provide the online learning materials, digital libraries, track the performance of the students online, keep assessments and feedback to the students online. So everything can be managed in the a single system called as learning management system. So this is one kind of digitization that is required in the education sector. And next is going to be the communication and the collaboration. As you all know, we have so many different stakeholders of the education, from educational authorities to the students. So everyone should be there in a common platform, like a discussion forum or a messaging system to communicate the educational institute informations to the students, to the parents. So they should be in a common platform. So that is the place where digitization in the education sector also needed. And at last is going to be the analytics or the personalized learning. So when I talk about analytics, we have to manage the students performance, from keeping assessments, assignments and grading system. So we have to analyze the students performance and provide personalized learning for the students. So if you have an automation in that sector, it's going to it makes us be an digitized person, right? So I consider these are the major places where digitization in education sector is mandatory. So in today's session, as I said before, I just brought an use case that I built on the top of Zoho Creator on one of the automation that I showed on the before slide. So in this, I'm going to talk about digitizing or providing automation is in one of the management tasks, that is student admission process. So student admission process is the first step of enrolling the student into the institute or into the university, right? So here, when I talk about student admission, the first step is like we should provide an application form or a platform for the students to register with our institute. So here I'm going to publish an online application form from which the students can give their applications. And after collecting the applications from the students, I'm going to give an entrance test notification to the students, so that the students can take their entrance exam from their virtual places. So after the entrance exam, If the students has cleared it, they are called as the level 1 cleared student or accepted students. If they fail the exam, they are going to be called as the rejected students, and a notification will be sent to that students. So when I talk about the accepted students, so after clearing the level 1 of the entrance exam, I kept a level 2 of the process, enrollment process, as document verification and course selection. For that, I'm going to arrange a meeting between the faculty or the administrator with the student. So for that I have used the Zoho meeting platform to make the administrator and the student to be in the same place to do the document verification and the course selection. After clearing this document verification level, the student will be considered as the enrolled student of my particular university I took. So after they got accepted, I'll be giving a portal to the student. From there, they can manage their profile information. They can see the course information they enrolled for, or they can see the latest announcements provided by the university. So these are the things the students can see in their portal. And next, if the student has been rejected, the student will be getting a notification mail about the status of their enrollment. So this is the process flow that I have used to build the application on the top of low code application platform. So this is one system that I'm going to showcase here today. And second is going to be the faculty management. So if we have students, obviously we need faculties or trainers to manage the students, right? So here I'm going to collect the faculty details in a place, and I'm going to give each and every faculty a dashboard or a portal. So from there, I can manage their check-in check-out time for a day, or they can apply for the leave from their dashboard, and also they can see the schedules of particular day in their dashboard. So I'm just going to show you an overview of how it can be made in the in the platform. So these are the two process flow that I've used to build the application on the top of Zoho Creator. So now what I will do, before I showcase you the exact demonstration on the application, let us see few of the features that I have used majorly in building that application. The first is going to be the publish app components. As you all know, in the process flow, the first step is I'm just publishing my online application form. So after publishing it, either I have to post it in my university website, or I have to send it directly for the students to register themselves with my university, right? For that, obviously, we need to publish a component in my application. So in Zoho Creator, we have the publish app component feature. This helps us to publish the component of an application which everyone can access it. So the components that can be published in Zoho Creator are forms, reports, and pages. Forms are going to be the place where we collect the information from the students. And report is the place where we visualize the information that we collected from the students. And pages are the place where we create a dashboard or a customized pages to give it to the students to visualize it. So these are the three components that we can publish in Zoho Creator. So when we try to publish a component, it helps us with two links. It generates two links. One is going to be the permalink. That is the normal HTTPS link, which you can share it in the mail for the students to access it. And next is going to be the embed code. It's an embed code. It's an iframe link which we can just embed and post it in your college website or blogs in order to visualize the components in the website directly. So these are the two links that gets generated when we try to publish an app component. So first, let's see how to use this feature in Zoho Creator. So this is the main platform of my Zoho Creator account. So in the left corner of my account, I can see something called manage. Under manage, I can see something called operations. So operations is the place where the publish app component feature is available. Once I click on the publish, I can see the list of forms and other components that I've already published. So if you want to publish a new one, in the right top, you can see something called as publish new. Just click on it. I'm sorry. So just click on it. You can see it asks us to select from which application and from which form I'm going to publish it. So I'm choosing the application as Zirka University. So this is the application that I'm going to showcase you in today's session. And the component I'm going to publish it, let's say I'm going to publish something called faculty leave form. So as soon as I publish it, I can get it generates it gives me back with two types of links. One is the permalink, normal HTTPS link, and another is the embed code iframe link, which we can copy paste and embed this particular form in a website. Also, after publishing it, we can also customize the look and feel of the form to just give it to the students or faculties. So whenever you click on the customize option, it shows this is the form that I have published now. So we can change the background color of the form. We can give a border color for the form, and also we can change the header color. Or if you, this is the header, faculty leave is going to be the name of this form. If you don't want it, you can just hide it out. And you can change the button color. Submit and reset are going to be the button color. You can change it. I'm just choosing a random color. Font color, font family. If you want to change the label of the font family, so this is going to be the label, and these are going to be the form fields. So you can just change the form fields font family as well. So now I'm just clicking on the save button. So now the customization is done. So this is the form that I have just published recently. When I click on the three dots, I can either republish it or customize it, or I can delete it. When I click on it, it shows me the link again. I'm just copy pasting the permalink and opening it in the incognito mode. Let's see how it looks. So this is how the form looks in the live mode. So this is going to be a public URL. You can post it, or you can send it to anyone who doesn't have an account in Zoho Creator as well. They can access the form from the online. Permalink, I mean, this is how the publish app component is helpful in Zoho Creator. And next is going to be the report properties. As you all know, before this session, I just talked about we have few major components in Zoho Creator, like forms, reports, and pages. All right. So here reports are going to be the place where we visualize the data that we are going to collect from the students. We can also manage the report properties from a place. So these are the common report properties that we can do. So first is the filter option. So if you want to visualize the selected data to be visualized in the report, you can use this filter option. For example, I'm just keeping an entrance exam for my students, right? So I just want to visualize only the students who have passed my entrance test. So I can just filter those students and keep it in an report. Or I'm just going to group the students with a category. Like for example, I want to group all the students with entrance status as pass, and I have to group all the students with entrance status as fail in a separate category or a cluster. I can use this grouping property. And next is the sorting property. For example, I want to sort the students according to the time they took their entrance exam, or according to the date they took their entrance exam. So I can use the sorting option in the report properties to sort. Sorting creates a linear or sequential arrangement of data. So apart from these three report properties, we also have some user options like quick filters and custom fields. So they are more customized filter options that we can perform in the report properties. And at last, we have something called as print and PDF, or we also call that as the record template. So just imagine, I just want to give an invoice to the students after they pay their fee. So after they pay their fee, I just have to send a mail of this invoice as a PDF, or either I have to print this PDF and give it, print the invoice and give it to the students. For that, you can just create a template by default in this print and PDF place, and you can use that invoice whenever the student is paying the fee. We can just use this invoice and give it to them. So these are the major report properties I have used in the application as well. So I'll be showcasing you how I use this report properties when I show you the live demo of the application. And next is going to be the snippets. As you all know, after forms, we have reports and then we have pages. Pages are going to be the customized single view of the entire detail, right? For example, I'm giving the faculty dashboard for each and every faculties in my university, right? So in that dashboard, I can have the buttons for them to check in and check out, or I can give a button for them to apply for the leave from a single place. So those things can be visualized in a single page called as dashboard, right? So if you want to customize this dashboard, you can use the snippets as well. The snippets are going to be the short custom codes that we add into our pages. So we can create three types of snippets in Zoho Creator. One is the ZML snippet, Zoho's markup language. It's a scripting language which you can use to customize the page elements. And next is obviously HTML, hypertext markup language snippet. So as you all know, HTML helps us to optimize the web pages, right? But in ZML, if you write scripting languages, the optimization that you do in a page is device compatible. It changes automatically in all the devices. That's one of the major difference between the ZML snippet and the HTML snippet. And at last, you can use embed. For example, you want to add a media file like audio, video, or you want to embed an external URL into your page, you can make use of this embed snippet concept, which is available in the pages. So these are the three types of snippets that you can create in Zoho Creator. Also, snippets are going to be the standalone or reusable codes. If you want to reuse it, you can obviously use it in any of your applications that you're building. So let me show you how to create a snippet and where are the places I use snippets in the application that I'm going to showcase you. So this is the application that I was talking about, and this is going to be the portal pages like entrance exam instruction or entrance exam main page, the page where I just keep the entrance exam test, and then result page, and obviously the last is going to be the profile information page. So these are the pages that I built on the top of the snippets. The snippets are available in the page component. Let me show you where the snippets are available as well. So this is one of the HTML snippet I created. So this is a page called as entrance exam main page. In the left corner, we have something called snippets. So it allows me to create either an ZML, HTML or an embed snippet. I have used an HTML snippet to build this page. So this is one concept that I have used in the application. And next is going to be the product I have used for integration. If you all remember, in the starting of while explaining the flow, I just said, right, I'll be using something called Zoho Meetings. It's a Zoho's application. I'll be integrating my Zoho Creator with Zoho Meeting in order to perform the document verification for the students by the administrators. So here I'm using the product called as Zoho Meeting. Zoho Meeting is a secure online meeting platform, and that helps us to collaborate remotely, and it has more efficiency as well. So here, as I said before, I'm integrating my Zoho Creator with Zoho Meeting with the help of Integration Creator. So here I'm using the Integration Creator as a mediator to connect both of my applications without any coding concepts. So this is one integration I have used in my application. So now I hope I have set in clear explanation on the features I have used in the Zoho Creator. Also, the documentations for the snippets, report properties, and the publish app components will be shared by my co-trainers in the chat. You can refer to that to know more about those features. So now I'm moving on into the live demonstration of the complete application. So this is the application I was talking about, Zilker University. Here I'm managing the student admission process majorly in a single go. So I'll come to this dashboard later. First, I'll start from the course. As an admin of my educational institute, first I need to decide what are the courses I'm going to offer for my students. What are the courses and what are the departments in the courses I'm going to offer to the students. Here I just gave a sample course names that I'm going to offer in my university, along with the departments and the levels. So here I'm going to give both the undergraduate level and the postgraduate level. For each and every course, I have the number of seats also allocated in prayer. If you notice it, for MCA, the seats are over, it's zero. If the seats counts are zero, the course name will not be available in the application form. So these are the course. Also, I have something called a semester-wise course report. Here I have the course name, course code, and each and every subjects that I'm going to offer in the particular course, along with their credits code, I have already uploaded and kept. So it'll be easy for me to showcase to the students whenever they are trying to register or enroll into my university. So these are the two things I've managed prior giving the application form to the students. So this is going to be the application form which I'm going to publish and give it to the students. I have already published the application form and kept. So I have already published the online application form and kept. Let me show you that as well. So either I can give this permalink to the students, or I can embed this form in my university website so that the students can register from here. So now let me try to register from my application itself. I'm just using a sample name and then sample email ID to showcase you people all the flows that I have built. So this is my sample Gmail ID that I'm going to show you in today's session. And I'm trying to fill all the necessary details, giving a random phone number and giving a sample image and other necessary details as well. Here I've written a small workflow. If their present address is their permanent address, it will get autofilled, and they can give their qualification detail. Here I have used the subform concept because the qualification details can be more than one, right? And this is going to be the course preference. As I showed you before, I already have a course catalog, right? Then the level of courses and the course preferences and the departments I have already stored and kept. Here, for example, if I choose undergraduate, this is the course I'm providing. So under this course, these are the departments I have. Also, if you remember, in the course catalog for the MCA, the number of seats are zero. So if the number of seats are zero, it will not allow the students to choose that particular department. Okay, so now I'm just going with the UG itself, and I'm trying to choose a department as Sybil, and I'm giving other necessary details. Also, I'm using the sign in the form so that they can sign digitally as well in the application form itself, and they can submit it. I filled only the necessary details. Okay, now it is taking me into the page. This is going to be my application number. So when I come back, I can see the report which has been given over here. So now if I go to my mail address, I can see a mail which gets automatically sent as soon as they submit their application form. When I click on the mail, in the mail it's clearly given like my application number and the instructions to take my exam. So when I click on the exam link, it takes me to the exam instruction page. From there, I can take my entrance exam as well. So I'm clicking on the entrance exam. So this is going to be the instruction page. When I click on the start button, I have just built this instruction page with the help of the snippet. So when I click on the start test, my God, the page is not accessible. So this is because as I said before, I'm just publishing my page, right? So I have to publish my page and then I have to use it. That's why it's not working. Let me show you the place where I built it. So this is going to be the entrance exam instruction page. As I said before, I'm using a snippet. So when I click on the button, it is asking me, it is just taking me into the exam page. So I'm just giving the published link over here. So now let me try to refresh that. It will be working. Yeah. So now I can see the entrance exam page. I need to give the application number, email address, and other necessary details in order to complete it. So I'm giving the application number, exam details, and my full name. And I'm trying to attempt the exam in order to show you how it works. These are the pre-built questions that I have built using the exam form. So whenever I click on it, the result, it will take me to the result page. So when I go to my mail, my result also will be sent in the mail. So I can see the result from my mail as well. So I have been cleared the entrance exam. I have to wait for my next level of my enrollment process. So now if I'm going back into my application, I'm refreshing this page. Now I can see the entrance status of this particular person as pass, because she has been passed the exam. So now you can see the entrance status has been changed to pass. So now I'm just filtering all my past students list into a separate report, that for which I gave the name as entrance cleared. So you can see the name of the person who has been cleared the exam now, and their application status is level 1 cleared. So as you all remember the flow, after they clear their entrance exam, I need to schedule an Zoho meeting with the particular student to perform the document verification as well. So for that, I don't have to go to the Zoho meeting and do that. I have embedded my schedule meeting and join meeting buttons in my creator account itself. From here itself, I can access the Zoho meeting. So how I performed it? So I'm just using something called as integration creator. So to connect my Zoho creator with my Zoho meeting. So this is the integration creator that I have built. First, I'm fetching my Zoho creator form, and I'm using the schedule meeting module in Zoho meeting and scheduling a meeting. After scheduling the meeting, I'm getting the meeting ID and updating it in my form so that from my creator itself, I can access my meeting. So let me show you in live mode. I'm just trying to create a meeting. So let me give the name of the student. The remaining things I have auto-populated it, and I'm giving the name as document verification. I'm giving the same as my meeting details, and I'm scheduling the meeting for today, and I'm just clicking on the submit button. So the meeting would have got scheduled. So now we can see the application status as scheduled a meeting. So now let me show you where I'm capturing the meeting ID as well. Let me refresh my page because it takes some time to capture the meeting ID. So after capturing the meeting ID, I can join the meeting from here. Let me try to join the meeting. So automatically it takes me to the meeting page with my meeting ID, and I can enter my password and join the meeting ID as an administrator. Similarly, when I go to my email address and I refresh my email address, I can get an email notification for the meeting as well. So from there, the students also can join their meeting. So this is how it works. Now the meeting has been scheduled. After I join the meeting and do the other process over the Zoom meeting call, I'm already in a meeting, so I cannot join now. So now the application would be changed as document under verification. So after verifying the document, I can either accept the student or I can reject the students. Now let's say I'm just accepting the student. Now the application would status would be changed as accepted. Now from this report, I'm filtering only the accepted student list. I'm posting it in another report called as accepted students. So these are the people who have been already accepted into my university. So here I'm using the grouping concept in the report properties, and I'm grouping all the students under the civil department in a single place and all the students under the MBA department in a single place. So from here I'm giving the portal access to the student. So now if I go to the mail, let me refresh my mail. Yeah. So I got my portal invitation. So from here, I can access the student portal. Now I'm the enrolled student of this Zilker University. So I can create a password and I can enroll into my portal. Let me try to show you how the portal looks. Yeah. So this is how the portal looks. The student can see their profile information like the register number, name, the program they have enrolled for, the their personal information like date of birth, gender, email, and the academic information like the program they enrolled for, the year of enrollment, the current semester, everything will be visualized in the profile information. And when I click on the academics information, they can see the course information like if they have here the student has enrolled for the civil department, they can see the semester one civil details in this course information. According to the semester number, this course information also is dynamic. And next is going to be the bulletin board. As soon as as soon as the college releases some events or activities or important notes they want to share with the students, they can publish it from their app, and it will be visualized in the bulletin board as well. Let me try to give an announcement to the student, and let's see how it looks in the dashboard. So I'm just giving an sample event like talent show 2023, and I'm giving the description like to register the event held on 9th of July. I'm just giving an sample announcement and I'm clicking on the submit button. Now, if I go to the students portal, whenever the student refreshes the portal, they can see the latest announcement which has been made by the student, made by the university as well. You can change the order according to, you can sort the status according to the date they have published as well using the snippet. So this is how I'm managing the student enrollment process till the student dashboard. After enrolling the student, as I said before, I have a sample faculty dashboard as well. Here I'm managing all my faculty information, faculty leave reports, and all the faculty attendance status will be managed over here. So this is going to be the faculty report dashboard that I'm going to give it as a portal to all my faculties, so that from their system or from their place itself they can uh, check in check out, or they can apply for their leave from their mobile or system itself. So this is how I'm managing my administrative task with the help of this low code application platform. So hope I have set an clear explanation on what I've explained in the process flow. If you have any queries on the flow I've showed, you can post it in the question tab. It will be answered. So apart from the demonstration I showed, we have other use cases as well. So when I talk about other use cases, the next digitization needed is the learning management system. It's an online platform which makes us to keep the students engaged. So when I talk about building and learning management system, the first thing I need is to manage the courses that I'm going to offer for the students according to the department or according to the level of the students. And next is going to be the content I'm going to upload in the course. For example, it can be either in video content or an online material sources, whatever it can be. I need to upload those content into my courses that I'm going to conduct. So after that, next is going to be the user management. Who are going to be the users of my learning management system? Faculty, students, or whatever group we are targeting are going to be the users of my learning management system. And next is going to be the communication and collaboration. As I said before, here I'm using Zoho meetings to communicate with my students, right? Like that, we can build digital forums or messaging system or mailing system to keep the students or faculties and the students in a common phase. And next is going to be the automated progress tracking and reporting of a student. As soon as the student completed a course or a content, we are going to track the progress and give it and download a report for that particular student. This is one thing that can be done in the learning management system. And at last, we can keep the assessment and grading system automated. So this is one use case that I can talk about in digitizing education sector, learning management system. And next is going to be obviously library management system. Each university has its own library, either it can be a small or a big library, right? For each library, we need to first manage the purchase of the books. So for that, we need to maintain the vendors and the purchase management in a single core. So we can perform that as an automation. And next is going to be classifying or cataloging the book according to a particular category and keeping them in a shelf. So that thing can be automated. And next is going to be circulation or lending, issuing the book to the students or getting the books written from the students. All this circulation and lending can be done from a single place. And next is going to be the digital resource management. We can manage the e-library, digital libraries using this in this automation. And next is going to be the interlibrary loan. For example, in my university, I have a separate library for undergraduate students and I have a separate library for postgraduate students. I need to exchange the books between these two libraries. Also, I have to manage the details of the books lended. So these things can be automated under this interlibrary loan. And next is last going to be the user management. So who's going to walk in into my library, checking out of my library, everything can be managed in a system. So this is one automation that can be built on this education sector. And at last, I'm going to talk about the event management. Every university does their own events, right? So from event creation, conducting the event, and getting the feedback from the registrants, everything can be managed from a single place. So the documents also will be in a categorized way. So I'm just creating different events in a single day and I'm assigning that events for the volunteers to be managed. Also, I'm doing the event expenses. When I talk about event expenses, I should calculate or allocate the budget and I have to I'll get the approval for the expense from my higher authorities. Everything can be automated on the top of low code application platform. And next is from event registration, notifying the registrants on the scheduled date and time, and getting the feedback from the registrations. Everything can be managed from a single place. So this is another one use case that I have wanted to discuss with you in today's session. I hope I came to an end of the session. Let me just summarize the concept we saw on today's session. First, we talked about who are going to be the stakeholders or users of an education sector. So, after we decide the stakeholders or users of an industry, only we can decide where are the places we can provide digitization in that particular industry, and who are going to be the users of that application that we are going to offer. So that's why first I discussed about the stakeholders of my particular industry education. And next is going to be the places where we are going to provide the digitization. So that is the second thing we discussed in today's session. And that as the third step, I just talked about the student admission management process, and I also showcased you a small use case on the top that I have built on top of the Zoho Creator for this admission management process. Also, I've just explained you a few of the features that you can frequently use in this platform. One is the publishing app component. You can publish a form, report, or a page, or we can create a snippet. You would have seen I have created so many snippets like examination page, examination instruction page, student portal. So these are going to be the snippets. I've used both HTML and CML snippets mixed in order to build that. Also, I've showcased you an integration that I have built. So from creator itself, I can integrate with my other Zoho apps like Zoho meetings or any other thing in order to perform communications or provide digital learning sources and everything. So this is the thing that we discussed in the overall session. I hope I have set a clear example on where are the places that digitization can be made in education sector on top of Zoho Creator, right? So now let me come to the end of the session. We have some upcoming sessions like Creator Tech Connect. Creator Tech Connect is also a month-on-month session which occurs on every second Thursday of every month. So this time we're going to talk about deluge and cloud functions in Zoho Creator, which is going to be held on 13th of July. And for the next learning table series, we are going to talk about Zoho Creator for trade and distribution. So that is going to be held on 10th of August. The registration link for those two sessions will be chat in the chat box as well. You can just register from there as well. And here, both these sessions are going to be the recurring sessions from now on. So once you register for the sessions, you will be getting notified for all the upcoming sessions as well. Now, I hope I came to the end of the session. If you have any questions, post it in the question tab. So I'm leaving the session open for a few more minutes. Thank you everyone for joining the session. If you have any questions post the session, please write to us at training@zohocreator.com. We'll meet again in the next month session. Thank you. Thank you.